Good morning, everybody, and happy Monday. It's a full week of trade this week. I hope you're as excited as I am. Happy Monday to everybody out there. If you're here with me in the Discord or in the YouTube chat, go ahead and say what's up. Let's see who's with us this morning. We have Davey Edge, Futures Trading today, Stevie, WD, Scott Bro, Gary, SW, John, Big Sky, Redberg, Darren, Dr. Purple Ape, Silent NW, Luna, Raymond, J, Kenny, HD, Tron, Big Sexy. Good morning to you all. Silent NW part 2. Good morning. How you doing? Bull Shark, Ricky, Will S, Daniel, Micro Mouse, Noah, Mr. Moon, Mark Hammond, Richard, Charles, Hindsight King, Travis, Chingo, Trade for Pay, Sunrise Driver, Artifacts. Good morning. Good morning. Laszlo. Good morning. Tom E. Ray, Doug. Good morning to you all. Good morning, Timotheos. Good morning to Vibe Trade Channel, Daniel, Ricky, Micro Mouse, Kev Mo, John, Big Kahuna, Spaz Drake, Fire Jim. How y'all doing this morning? It is a Monday. It is a summer Monday. And by golly, did we just miss this. The moment I'm starting to set up to go live for the stream, we get the best move in the NQ. Of course it works out that way. I'm looking to join this short if we can have any kind of pop back up here, because I do think that we're going to be testing on these Globex lows down here at these 37s. I kind of just want to button on a little bit of a trade here, gunning for these lows and a break of these lows, since we are just kind of skittering to the downside here. See if we can button something on here with a pretty tight stop. We have some liquidity that should be probed a little bit lower down here at 41 or so, and seeing if we can actually wrestle down on through that, since if we did break these lows, it should be a tremendous cut down to about the 20s or so. So let's see if we can get any kind of a pop back up to re-short into and get a little bit aggressive on this one. And if we don't, we're just going to try to hammer this down into the 30s at least. But yeah, this thing is going heavy to the sell side. We're rated the VWAP too on the E-mini as well, the S&Ps rather. Anybody actually short from earlier on? I mean, this would have been an epic short about 10 minutes ago, if you were catching this from those 80s. Right now, no news is driving this move to the downside here. Let's see if this pop back up has any legs to it that we can re-short into here. Short from 69, very nice. Short from the 60s. There you go. So I'm just looking for a little bit of a pop back up here. There's your pop. It's a nice rejection, but I'm not trusting it yet for an ad. I'm watching here. I want to see more of a reject than what we saw there. We do have to break down. I mean, we are kind of bouncing off this little Globex low thing that we had. So I just want to see if we can pop back up to, say, 47s or so. I can re-short up there. I'll add one more here. Let's see if we can snap through these 40s now. Looks like they want to let this thing loose. I'm just watching around this 40 level to see. Okay, adding right here for this tuck below 40s. Let's see if we have this continuation I'm looking for through 35 now. There you go. Nice little break up into these 30s here. Bringing half out. I'll leave one as a runner here. We'll put our stop at halfway along that bar there. So sizing into that one, getting ourselves a couple bucks there on the way down. Anybody else catch anything similar to that? All right, stopped out there on that little perk back up. So obviously we didn't take any trades until we came on this morning. And that will put us up on the day so far, $6,700, just like that. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So yeah, even though we missed that whole scoot to the downside there, sized into it for the for that pushback down, and ended up grabbing some ducats on that one there. All right, so let's sorry to jump into the stream right away with a trade, but you know, you got to hit it when it's hot, right? And when we're having that kind of, I wanted a bigger pop into 47. I probably could have sized up even more, but I was looking for that bigger pop into 47. But you know, I'll take what I can get. I'll take what I can get there. So there we go. Up $6,700 to start the day there. Let's talk about today's schedule. So today's schedule is going to be very, very light on news, right? Extremely, extremely light on news. We don't have any news that's going to be happening in the pre-market. In fact, that's the wild part, right? We have absolutely no news that's happening here in the pre-market. The only piece of news that's going to be coming out, Morning Ribs, can you put the discount code in chat for Bookmap? Yeah, it should pop up right here. Hold on, let's see. Give it a second here. Let's see. Do the thing. There it is. Oh yeah, code MC20 without the quotes there. So the first piece of news that really matters that's coming out today, and again, there's nothing on the docket today in the way of news that actually does matter, in my opinion. And that can kind of be echoed throughout the entire week. Thursday, I think, is the biggest day. We'll get through all of the schedule, but I think that as far as news goes, it's really going to be slow today. So if you were looking to have a little bit of a day off for yourself, I would say that today could be your day that you could give yourself a nice little summer break, right? A little summer day off. Because I don't know that today is going to be giving some great opportunities, right? So think about that. If you can judge and pick and choose which days are going to be best for you in your trades, I mean, we'll get to it, but I'm thinking Thursday and Friday are probably your best bets. Tuesday's going to be interesting because we have a cavalcade of Fed speakers that are coming out. But I would say that if you're going to take a day off, you might want to consider taking today off because it's just going to be a slow day as far as news goes, right? Price action can change all around. If we have stock specific news, for instance, let's say there's a headline out from NVIDIA, there's a headline out from Microsoft, maybe Apple has some kind of headline out, maybe they're going to reapproach the headset or something. Well, then maybe we get a decent move or something, right? Hey, good morning, Broken Butterfly. Good morning, Julius. So today really, really is not a news day, right? So at 10:30 this morning, we do get the Dallas Fed manufacturing activity for the month of June. It's going to be the final read, right? That's the Dallas Fed. They're reporting that. That's going to be out at 10:30. I'm not really expecting a whole lot from that. I'm really not. And, you know, I usually judge all of my news pretty equally here. And I try not to get hungry eyes on certain newsprints. But the Dallas Fed manufacturing activity is just not going to be that important. I can't imagine that that's going to move much. And that's going to be kind of the theme that I'm going to be repeating with a lot of these news items. We're in a very interesting spot right now. If you've never traded around the seasons, we're in the summer doldrums, and there needs to be some sort of headline that is going to instigate something within the Fed right now, because we're in a Fed news cycle, right? Let's face it. There needs to be something that comes across the board that is going to change the story for the Fed from what we've currently been seeing. And that's going to come in the way of news or a big headline or a geopolitical event. Speaking of geopolitics, we do have the presidential debate on Thursday. I don't like to talk about politics on this channel, but take that as you will. That's going to be a decently interesting, for the markets, an interesting volatility event in a way. Now, futures will be open during that debate. So if you want to kind of do the live lines of betting, being in Vegas now, everything's a bet, right? If you want to do the live lines of betting, then you can trade futures during the debate based on what they're saying. Now, it depends on how many other junkies there are out there also trading the live money in futures during the debate, but it can be a pretty volatile event. Obviously, when you get to the closer to the actual date of November 4th, the election, when you get closer to the debates that are closer to the actual election, I mean, we're still, what is that, 5 months out? Less than 5 months out? When we get closer to the actual election date, then we'll start to see more volatile events that will affect the Fed funds and as well as just the general futures trade, depending on what's being said. Obviously, I think there's going to be two stark different point of views where one of the candidates is going to be saying something in regards to the economy and the path forward, and one of the other candidates is going to be something in regards to the path forward. So I think that could shake things up there. Yeah, the primaries, there you go. So that'll be interesting. So that, like I said, digressing back to what we're talking about here for today's news, the Dallas Fed manufacturing activity, it's going to be out at 10:30. I'm not expecting a whole lot. Then we have a 3 and 6 month bill auction due out at 11:30. Again, it's short-term fixies. They don't mean a lot. It's just they came, they went, and that's it. It's not a big deal, right? I'm not expecting a whole lot there either. And that's pretty much it for U.S. news. However, we do have some Fed speakers. So Goolsbee is going to be speaking at 8:30 this morning. That can sort of shake things up a little bit. He's not a voter, but he does tend to move the markets around a little bit. He's going to be on Squawk Box on CNBC this morning. So they're probably going to be launching some questions at him that are trying to get a reaction out of the markets. That's usually what happens on that program. So take that as you will. That's going to be at 8:30. We do hear from the Board of Canada, or Bank of Canada, Board of Canada, Bank of Canada, Governor Tiff Macklem. He's going to be speaking today at, I believe, at 1:45, somewhere around that time, maybe even 2 p.m. But then we do hear from Mary Daly at 2 p.m. sharp today. She's speaking on the economy, and that's going to be, I think there's going to be a live stream for that. She's a voting member, so she can move the markets, Mary Daly. That's going to be at 2 p.m. That's really the only event out of the entire day. I mean, we'll see what happens with Goolsbee this morning. We'll be joining him together and listening to what he has to say. But outside of that, I really think that Mary Daly is the only event that's really going to be moving the market outside of regular volatility and positioning in the market. Now, roll week is over. We had the contract expiring on Friday, so there's no more trading on the June contract. Even if you really wanted to, you can't trade it. It's expired now. It's over. So if you're still on the June contract, your orders might be getting rejected this morning. So don't do it. We're all on September. Come join us. So that's today. That's Monday. Tuesday, tomorrow, we do have a little bit more shake and bake that's going on. We get the Philly Fed non-manufacturing activity. That's out at 8:30 alongside the Fed National Activity Index out from the Chicago Fed. That's going to be at 8:30. We get those both prints simultaneously. We get some housing data tomorrow as well. But the big one tomorrow is going to be, a couple big things. We get Canada's CPI, Canada's CPI. It's going to be interesting to hear what their CPI is. So Canada's CPI is going to be out. And then at 10 a.m., we get the consumer confidence read for June. So that's going to be interesting. Tuesday's going to be a heavy news day, but those are the two that I'm watching there. We'll talk about it more tomorrow on the actual date of that. Wednesday is going to be a light day. We get the 2-year FRN auction, the 5-year note auction. That's going to be, a little bit slow. Then Thursday, we're back with a pretty decent amount of news. Now, we always get the non-farms, not the non-farms. Gosh, I need some more Celsius here. We get the unemployment data on Thursday, as we do every single Thursday. So we get that. We get the preliminary durable and capital goods orders. That's going to be important. And then we get the pending home sales. I'm interested in the pending home sales alongside the jobless claims. I think that's going to be very important. So Thursday is going to be, I think, a very volatile day of trade. So I'm interested in that. And then on Friday's the really big one. We get the PCE, right? PCE, big read. Because remember, the next FOMC meeting is not until when? 37 days. The next meeting's in July, the end of July, 31st of July. So that's 37 days out. We're not even in the month of. So PCE is going to be important. That's going to be some information that the Fed will use for guidance for July's meeting. Welcome, Andre. Welcome there. So if you're looking at this week with hungry eyes, I would caution against it because I just don't think it's going to be that week, Chief. I don't think it's going to be that week. I really don't. We get PMI alongside Chicago's PMI alongside the PC deflator as well, but I just don't think it's going to be that week. So if you're going into this week with super hungry eyes, you're probably going to be disappointed. I'll just say that. Richard says, Rips, is it possible to be consistent in trading news? Seems like it would be impossible. I think it's very possible. I think it is extremely possible. Rips, you made the final table this weekend, didn't you? No, just played some cash games. I ended up not playing any tournaments whatsoever. I just played cash games. It's fun. First time playing poker in about 3 months or so, 2 months, 3 months. It's great. G-Line says, I passed the combine last week, waiting to pay for it so I don't trade it this week. I like that, G-Lines. That's a nice little loss mitigation right there. I like that a lot. What do I think of the 2372 level on gold? Let's see. $23.72. Well, my level is at 74.1. So that's the level that I'm using. 72. I mean, that's the point of control if you're looking back at, a certain capture of gold, but I mean, it's a good level. My level's at 74.1. So if we continue to reject under this 40.4 in gold, I think there's a good short opportunity for continuation, because if they can't find buyers down here, then they're going to start advertising lower prices to find buyers. It's possible, but I think the question is, can you be profitable trading news? Yeah, everybody's different. I mean, there's certain strategies that work for a lot of my trading buddies out there that I'm just terrible at. Right? I did the same thing. Just because you pass the combine and get an XFA, nothing says you have to trade in it right away. Exactly right. Yep, exactly right. That's what I'm saying. I mean, you folks know me. I try to really hold off on trading my funded accounts unless I really am in the mood to be trading them, and that's pretty rare. You want to have your perfect setups, and I'm just going to be honest with you folks. It's not going to be a great trading environment probably until August. I mean, we're in the end of June here. That means we have June, then we got July, and then we got August. And I really am just telling you from experience, from doing this for a very long time, July is not a great trading month, especially for futures. Now, every year is different. There's no guarantees in trading. We're talking about an organic organism here that is fueled by its participants. I don't have any control over who's going to be participating, but I will say this. The islands, the Caribbean, Monaco, south of France, popular this time of year. It's popular this time of year. It's nice. I mean, it's a little hot. Hamptons, kind of it's popping off right now. Yeah, it's going off a little bit. So you got to understand that when we're talking about a market that's fueled by its participants and the amount of participation that you have, and you're going into a trade with very hungry eyes, you're going to get your face ripped off. So pace yourself. Think about the next 2 months of trade as a game of survival. Don't look at it as a game of profit. Look at it as a game of survival. Your job over the next 60 days, well, let's just say the 40 trading days. The next 40 trading days, your job, you should put this somewhere on a calendar and mark it off. 40 trading days left. The next 40 days of trade that you have in these markets should be about survival, not about how much money can I make. It should be about, I need to survive. And when I say survive, it's not like you're trading every day or you're not trading every day, but you're going into each day with a survivor's mindset. You're not trying to go into each day saying, I'm going to make as much money as possible because this is a great market right now. You know what I can promise you? Come August, things are going to get better, and then they're going to continue to get better And there's a disagreement with this, but I think during the wintertime is some of the best trade, right? The fall and the winter. I love trading during that seasonality. And then even, my prime time to trade is literally like August through April, like A through A. That's how I always remember it. August through April. I love that time of trade. And it's a long period of time. Usually there's some really good opportunities during that time. And depending on what's going on, we have an election year. There's a lot that's going to be happening. But just because I'm saying, that it's going to be, kind of wonky until August doesn't mean that it's going to happen. We can have an incredible July. There's nothing stopping us from having an incredible July. But the reason why I'm telling you folks this is that I want you to pace yourselves mentally. That's the whole point of this conversation. I want you to pace yourself mentally so that you're not going into this. Maybe a friend introduced you to trading recently. Maybe you're a year into your journey, really, really young in your journey. Maybe you're 3 weeks into your journey and you're sitting there and you're saying, I want to get as much experience as possible. I need to be pushing the gas. This is not a time to be doing that, okay? This is a time to be observant and surviving and seeing that if there are opportunities, capturing those opportunities. Because if you're going into these markets with very hungry eyes, you're going to get your face completely torn off. So just because I have it up here looking at the Fed Fund futures, the July meeting is showing basically a 90% chance of a pause. September, we're looking at probably the first cut. That is when the markets are kind of pricing in that first cut. We're looking at about just over 65% chance of a cut come September. Now, with the PCE read coming on Friday, we'll be revisiting that data. We'll see what happens with the Fed Fund futures. And we'll see if that kind of shifts around. Folks, if you're enjoying the stream so far, do me a favor. Go ahead and drop a like on the video. If we get to 500 likes, we will run a poll in here. So you don't think the NQ will move 20 to 40 points for the day? Ooh, I do. Absolutely, I do. But it's the level of skill that you need to operate within those bounds, right? Just because it's going to move 20 or 40 points doesn't mean that you're going to be able to capture all of that alpha, right? Oh, my allergies are still here. One thing that my body's waiting to adapt to still. What do you think of the election effect on the market? I think that it creates an extremely volatile scenario for the markets, and that's kind of what we've been trading in lately. It's been a very interesting market. It's been a very difficult market as well. It's not been the easiest market. I will say that January, February were probably the easiest months of the year. March is when it started to have a little bit more difficulty. And then, April, May, still difficult. And this month, pretty dang difficult. So I think that January, February were kind of the gimmies. And then it just got difficulty turned up there. So the path that it takes for those 20 to 40 is crucial. Yeah. And the thing is that if you're only moving 20 to 40 points, and I say only in air quotes, right? If you're only moving 20 to 40 points in a day, you have to be right on that, because if you're wrong, there's no let's get a gimme on that one. Whereas on a good day of the market, you can have the market whipping 100 points this way, then 200 points that way, then rebounding 50 points, and then another 100 points. And if you're looking to capture maybe 20 points of alpha, you can be wrong a couple times and still end up green on the day because there's so many opportunities. How long did it take you to become profitable? About 3 years. About 3 years. We talk about that often. About 3 years. And I know people that have gotten there a lot quicker, but I think that around 5 years is probably when you start to have things really clicking in the market. It's, at least for me, I felt very comfortable 5 years into it. Things just made more sense. You're not sitting there questioning things. Obviously, there's still some things that are shocking. You get bad reads and, you go out of the pocket. You still end up on tilt. You get emotional. But about 5 years is that benchmark where it's like, you're feeling comfortable. You're doing this, like you have a handle on things. But it's about 3 years for me. Let's just agree that trading futures is difficult most of the time. It is 100%, P. Balders. 100%. Hey, Banks, how you doing? Choppy week for me. Last week, up 5K across my XFA. Wow, Josh, give it up for Josh. You're up 5K in his XFAs. Way to go. Yeah, for me personally, I like August through April, usually. I mean, March and April were tough for me this year. January, February were great. But yeah, I mean, August is when you start to get that turning point, right? You can kind of look at it like the seasons of the year in the sense of the weather, I guess. If you live in a climatized area where it's like, you actually have seasons. I lived in California. There weren't really seasons. Here, it's hotter than blazes right now. We were driving yesterday. I think it was like 108 degrees, but frosty air conditioning inside. But you can look at it like the seasons where it's like, there's a turning point in the months where, it's been really, really cold. And then all of a sudden starts to turn into the spring and things start to warm and heat up. That's how I feel about August with trading. It's not going to be immediately good, but it's going to start to get a little bit easier because you're going to have more liquidity entering the market. And then we get September and then, oh my goodness, here we go. We're pumping and jumping. So Richard says, I feel bad for new traders who came in the last month, probably have PTSD already. Amen. Hey, give it up for Nick Dolby in the house. What's up? Dolby time in the building. Love to see it. How you doing there, buddy? We also have Curran Dula in here. Robert, good to see you there. Twin Trading. Andre, new member. Good to see you there, buddy. Does anybody have any trade zone right now? I'm curious about that. I didn't take that long there. I covered my short there into those lows, captured almost $7,000 worth of profit, but did not flip to the long side. Stevie's got that long. Stevie, we got a one-on-one today. Did you know that? Got a one-on-one. Oh, yeah, we do. Making sure I got the date right. Yes, sir. There we go. We got some longs going on there. Long at 61. Beautiful trade there. Long from 45. Jim, my goodness, what a trade. Beautiful. Nice job. Feel good for them. Everyone needs to come in and lose first. I came in one big, took 2 years to slap myself out of mistakes. That sounds a lot like my journey, Casey. I got really lucky my first week of trade. I thought it was the easiest thing in the world. I thought I found the free money hack. And I was like, oh, this is why everybody's so wealthy when it comes to finance. Oh, this is simple. I don't know why I've been working so hard. The heck was I thinking? Starting businesses, selling businesses, dealing with hundreds and hundreds of employees. Oh, this is a cakewalk. Nick Furtick in the building, ladies and gentlemen. It's like, why have I been wasting my time building up the infrastructures of all these companies? What am I doing with myself? I just need to wake up, click a few buttons, and I'm rich. Ha! Simple. I'm not even kidding. That was a thought in my head. I'm sitting there, I'm like, why have I been wasting my time building up companies? It's so hard. Come in here, go boop, boop, beep, boop, boop. Wow, I'm up 30 grand. That's easy. And the reality sets in and you lose it all. Nancy says this is harder than giving birth. God bless you. It's crazy though. I've talked to, obviously all different types of traders from all different walks of life. And I don't think that my story is too dissimilar from a lot of you folks out there where your first entry into trading, maybe it was in options, maybe it was in crypto, maybe you were trading an ETF pair like me. Maybe it was just a lucky stock pick. And it's like, oh yeah, this is so simple. And then you're on that quest for that simplicity for the next 2 years, right? Pete says, what was your job before trading? I build and sell brands. That's what I do. Still do it, but focus is obviously here with you folks. But building and selling nicely branded companies, branded products. If you could start your journey again, would you start companies again or jump straight into trading? I really, I've always enjoyed building up companies. It's fun. I don't know if I'd trade that experience. You learn so much by doing that. But I've never had a boss. I've never worked for anybody. I've never had a traditional job. You know, I've been a hustler since I was a youngin'. You know, I started a lemonade stand when I was really young, and you know, I knew I had it in me. Nobody told me to do any of this, but I knew I had it in me. I had all the neighborhood kids working at my lemonade stand for free, and I was off skateboarding. Come back. All right, how much we make? And it's not like anybody told me to do this, but it's just, you know, it's one of those things. Some people, they're just natural in that, right? They just do it naturally. That was me. That was me. But yeah, always out there hustling and grinding. One time I was Clifford the big red dog mascot for a haircutting place. There you go. That's awesome. Oh, man. Did make some good money from crypto, though, not Safe Moon. Yeah, Safe Moon, that was Dave Portnoy's thing, right? Didn't he get smoked on that? I don't want to do anything else, full-time trader for the rest of my life. There you go. I'm having a passion for what you do. If you know, it is true. I'm sure you've heard this millions and millions of times, right? I'm sure you've heard, you know, if you do what you love, you're never going to have to work a day in your life. It is true, though. You find something, if you're very passionate about doing something. I've always been passionate about every single thing that I've done. And anything that I don't enjoy doing, I just stop. I mean, it sounds weird, right? But, you know, I built up companies that I start to lose passion for, and I either look for a quick exit or I just kind of wind it down. You know, I build companies where I want to be involved in what I'm doing, or I enjoy the product, I enjoy the service, I enjoy whatever I'm doing. And if you don't enjoy what you're doing, you're not going to do well at it. So find something that you really enjoy doing. And I mean, we live in the day and age now. So many people work from home. You have all these opportunities. You can turn what you're doing right now into something bigger than what it is, I'm assuming. There's so many opportunities out there. There's really no excuses now. Back when I was younger, you know, you'd have to go to the library to research things, right? Go to the public library and research things. You have endless amounts of time and information now at an instant. I mean, the amount of time, you don't have to travel anywhere. Everything's instant. There's really no excuses. Passionate about trading. I just need candles to cooperate. Don't we all, right? Alaska says, I got my first W in my first XFA today with that short this morning. Thanks for the show, Rips. Awesome. Give it up for Alaska Jiu-Jitsu. Love that. What does building brands mean exactly? I don't know. Let's look at the two words here. Building, I guess another word for building would be constructing or starting. Brands like Coca-Cola, Pepsi. Name your favorite product. That's a brand. So building, constructing products that you consume or services that you use. I don't know. Is building brands really that weird of a thing to, is that we don't know what building brands means? No, not advertising. No, building companies from zero to nothing, like nothing to something. Taking an idea from inception to actual physical product or service, or is that it? I don't know. I thought that was a well-known thing. Building brands was a well-known thing. Take an idea and then turn it into something. Like, I mean, look at this watch band I'm wearing. This didn't exist 5 years ago. Company saw an opportunity. They said, you know, Apple is selling these watch bands. They're a little bit overpriced. Why don't we try to undercut them, but make really good quality watch bands in colors that people want? There you go. That's called building a brand. From an idea to a product that is now on my wrist. There you go. Simple as that. That's building a brand. And then you find an exit for that brand. That's building a brand. Can you help me with my brand, Rebs? Yeah, sure. Message me. I'll do my best. Hey, Top Step Support did their thing this weekend. They were working. They got back to me on a Saturday. Give it up for Top Step Support. Burning the midnight oil there. Have I been to the Sphere yet? Yeah, I drove by it this weekend, actually. You can see right through it, actually, which is crazy. They had the screens going and everything, but you can actually see through it, which is really cool. I mean, it's a massive structure. I saw it when they were building it, but I didn't really know what it was when they were building it. I saw just this big black tower being built. And we are coming down here, by the way. But it's massive. It is just massive. It's what I did in corporate America, taking startups to profitable, sustaining businesses. Yeah. If you have an idea for something, you turn it into something real. That's building a brand. Whether it's a product, a service, B2B, B2C, it's building brands. Some people enjoy it, some people don't. I really enjoy it. It's one of my favorite things. I love having an idea, and then it's something that doesn't exist in reality, and then 6 months to 2 years later, that thought becomes a tangible reality, and that's a really cool thing to me. Richard says, I want to build my brand and idea of trading diapers. Well, now that you said it out loud, I'm going to steal that idea. Did you do the higher education route like MBA? No, actually, you know what? I dropped out of college. I did. Actually, I'm a college dropout. I went to college for a degree in computer science, and then I dropped out. Had too much fun in college. And I was very young, obviously. And the mindset I had was just like, I can't listen to this person. And I was, you're a different person at that time. Got to be honest, this isn't looking like a bullish start to the week. Yeah, I agree with you, Nick. They're having some trouble finding some buyers. So Goolsby is yapping right now. He said the real Fed funds rate is as high as it has been in decades. We need to see more months like May when it comes to inflation. If we do, we will need to question if we need to remain as restrictive. He remains optimistic and will continue to see improvement and gain more confidence on inflation. He is seeing some warning signs on the economy suggesting things are cooling. Would you say the gold will reach 23.73 by the end of the day, or will it keep chopping around? Let's see. Let's pull up gold here. So again, this is what we're seeing on gold here. I want to see a rejection at these 40s. This is a nice rejection right here. The fact that we rejected right there is nice. If we continue to reject underneath there, there's a chance that we'll just go down. But you have to break these two areas here. So that's what I'd be looking for on gold. Dropped out of computer science too. There you go, Travis. Oh, wow. There's a lot of CS dropout. That's crazy. It's not even that the program was that hard. It was just I didn't have interest for it. Talking about echoing back to what I had said earlier. I just, I don't like to do things that I don't enjoy doing. So I don't do them. If they break 19,900, what would you target? Well, let's see here. Let's have a look. What would I target to the downside? 871 and 3/4, but they're going to have a tough time breaking through that 19 and a quarter still. Marketing your brand for the purpose of building brand awareness, promoting products, or simply connecting with your intended audience for the purpose of establishing a day-to-day relationship. Is that what it says? Is that like the definition for brand building? I mean, that's all of the above right there. Stayed with it, have your CS degree. Very nice. Congrats. PhD dropout. Nice. Maybe not nice, but I think that, hey, doing your own thing there. Did my MS and CS only to realize I could have started with trading futures. There you go. Let's see if we can get these likes up here. If we do 500 likes, we'll do a poll. I'd love to do a giveaway as well. How is that possible? We're only at 326 likes here. It must be summertime. There's 1,400 people watching. Let's go ahead and hit that like button. CS is hard, but not for traders. I mean, it wasn't because of the difficulty of it, why I dropped out. I just wasn't enjoying it. I had a company too at the time that's doing really, really well. So ended up not pursuing it. I was literally kind of running the company I had out of my dorm room. And it was called Facebook. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, no, it's just I lacked interest, and I don't like to do things that are uninteresting to me. How old were you when you started your first company? You're not going to believe me. I mean, you're really not going to believe me. I was 12 years old, but you're not going to believe me, and it's fine. And it wasn't a lemonade stand. I took computer science too, but ended up as a data analyst. Hey, well, that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing at all. I have one business, jiu-jitsu gym with my 2 partners, but I'm also building my mushroom farm brand. There you go. So cool that you build brands. Nice. Oh, cool. There you go, Alaska. Nice. Right on. We are coming down here. We are going to be testing these lows at 19 and a quarter here. Anybody catch that short as we started rolling over ever since Goolsby started yapping here? It just goes to show how fragile this market is when there's lower liquidity like this, lower participation. Rip, sometimes your laugh sounds like Krusty the Clown from Simpsons. That's an old school one. Short from 62, my goodness. Look at that. What was my company at 12? I would go around and fix the computers in the neighborhood. That was my first company. Is trading now your only income? No. Definitely not. Multiple streams of income is the way. Hey, what's up, Vadim? How you doing there? Everyone here is a brand expert in running the most successful business, but can't string 2 Green Days together. Oh, come on, be nice. What's up, Lisa? How you doing there? Welcome. Stayed in to finish an MBA because I love college. It's the best time of my life and didn't want it to end, but currently not using my degree. That's okay. College is really about that life experience, right? There's nothing like college. I mean, I don't know how it is now, but back then it was great. It was awesome. We didn't have, social media or anything, but it was great. It was freaking awesome. I mean, I'm on Twitter, Ramon. How could I miss it, right? They had computers when you were 12? I know, right? They were actually called abacuses. Did you end up playing poker this weekend? I think you mentioned a potential tournament. I played cash games, Michael. I did pretty well. It was a fun time. I ended up taking what I made and bought the missus some gifts. It was a fun time. Played some 5-10 no limit. Ended up clearing about 10,000 profit. So it was fun. Rips, are you a sports car enthusiast? I mean, I used to be somewhat of a collector, but kind of chilled out. I still have some nice things. But I wouldn't say I'm more of I'd say probably about 10 years ago, I was more of an enthusiast, more of a collector. But now I've kind of chilled out quite a bit. So not like not like how it used to be. I was a little bit out of control. Bro was fixing Commodore 64. Maybe, you never know. Excuse me, there are Commodore 128s back then, all right? We were past the 64 age. We were into the 128s by that time. How's the so-and-so? It's lovely, Jay. It's lovely. No complaints. That's top of the top for me. I've never had anything that I've enjoyed as much. I don't think. And it was between that and a Pista for me, and I went with what I have now, so. Pistas are really nice. It's a tough decision between those two, because Pistas are more of a collector, in my opinion. Yeah. How did you start working for TopStep? I don't work for TopStep. I don't know. I still do, I do 24/7 customer support for them, but I certainly do not work for TopStep. You had a VIC-20? There you go. Nice. VIC-20s are awesome. Commodore 64? No, I was on a Commodore 64 as well. I love those things. I was writing BASIC on those. I'd get the book from the library that had all the programs that you could code up. You'd had like that newsletter they'd send you in the mail where you could write your own games. That was fun. We are 25 likes away to do a poll here, folks. 25 likes away. Love the look of the 812 competition. Yeah, it's a good one. What was it prior to that? What was before the F12? Not a Marinello. What am I thinking of? I'm drawing a blank right now. Yeah, what was it? Not before the 599 GTB. What was the name of it? It had a wonky name. Was that a Maranello 575? Was that the Maranello? Is that what I'm thinking of? No, California, get different classic car. Almost like a little bit, but yeah. Ribs says Top Step pay guests to appear on Top Step TV. I have no idea. Maybe. I have no idea. Can you show us the screen that you're looking at when you're in a trade, please? I mean, I have 3 screens. I'm looking at a lot of different things. So, I mean, you know what it'd look like? The closest that it would look like would be like that. Well, that's a 15. So here, be like that. Kind of like that. That's my main Ninja screen. And I'm drawing on it usually with the drawing tools, but there you go. But yeah, we use the 30-second chart so you can see all of the trades very clearly here. Rips, that's what I meant by the brand building question. Your businesses endeavors seem legit, but there's so many fake gurus and brand ambassadors out there to be wary of. Oh, yeah. I agree. I mean, I've been doing it for a while. To be honest with you, I couldn't care less if you believe me or not. It really doesn't change my life. I don't really care. So I get what you're saying, but it doesn't change my life. What's your main income stream? I have multiple brands right now. So are those drawings an indicator? The ones that I have on NinjaTrader, I draw myself. Any kind of drawings, I mean, I don't really use any indicators. There's one chart that I have over here in my top screen, bottom right of the top screen, that has some indicators on it, but I'm barely ever looking at it there. Rips, your customer service representative. I feel for you handling those queues constantly. You show patience, man. Hey, I enjoy it. The gap from 132 to 245, I assume, is from the contract rollover. Does it act as a normal gap? What you want to do is, you can go to your chart. Let me bring this over here. There's this button down here called B80G. Press that button, and that'll fix your problems there. And that's what I'm assuming that you're talking about there, Mr. Moon. Has anyone asked about the blue and orange lines? No, surprisingly not. And by the way, we are over 500 likes. Let's do this here. Let's do a poll. Will the NQ end the day, let's see, above or below? Are we? We're kind of far from 20,000, but let's use it anyway. Let's do 20,000. Above, below. All right, let's do that. Has anyone asked about? Yeah, no, nobody's asked about that yet. Anyone from the East Coast? I used to live on the right coast. Make my first money trading Pokemon cards at 9 and never look back. Congrats to you, Richard. What levels am I looking at for breakouts? Well, what's funny is that we've had a couple little bouts of testing of liquidity up here. So for a breakout, I'd want to see a clean, what it would look like would be this for me, obviously coming back up, but a test of this level and then a pullback here and then a huge bid support in this area. And then we blow and go up to this level. That's what I'd be looking at for a breakout. There's another breakout area right here where we have that line drawn, but I don't know if it's going to happen. What indicator is the top and bottom hourly band? It's a custom indicator that I had built for NinjaTrader, but I mean, you can find it. You can probably find something similar out there, but that's the only function that this one has, and I can change whether it's calculated at every 5 minutes, every hour, every day. It's a custom one that we had built, and it's and I hate to say this because then people join because of this reason, and it's stupid, but it is available to download in Clubhouse, but it should not be the reason why you come in. Like, if that's the reason why you're coming in, you're not going to have a good time. Straight up. It doesn't act like a gap. Both those levels can act as support and resistance if price reaches there. Yeah, sure. It's also because the contract hasn't traded that liquidity area as well. I'm as East Coast as you can get out here in the Atlantic. Where are you at, Quinn? Is your trading method support and resistance? A little bit of that. I'm more of a breakout momentum trader. That's more me. I love being a momentum trader. Following momentum is generally pretty easy for me. That's not true at all. It's more congruent with the way that my mind operates. I don't mean, there's nothing about trading that's ever going to be easy. So excuse me, I don't mean that at all. When I say easy for me, it's just, I mean to say that the way that my mind frames trading, it's congruent with the way that my mind looks at trading. It's not easy. Nothing in trading will ever come easy. I promise you that. But it's the way that momentum trading speaks to my mind. It operates on the same frequency that my mind is operating. So that's what I mean by that. I'm 23. Hey, Market Stalker D in the building. What's up? Yeah, it comes natural to me. There you go, dude. Yeah, more natural, but again, it's extremely difficult no matter which way you slice it. There's nothing in trading that's ever going to come easy, at least in my experience. Yeah, slightly more natural. There you go. I like that. How do you make sure to block off sensitive info when trading live to thousands? I mean, there's nothing really sensitive that I'm going to have here, especially since I'm trading on props, right? It's not like I'm going to be having like a real account number. The only real account number that I'm ever going to trade with on this program is going to be my Top Step Live account. And honestly, go for it. Have a crack at it. I don't really care. Go for it. How do you analyze chart when volume profile is not clear like now? You just wait. That's the benefit of being a trader, is that there's nobody that's forcing you to clock in and work right now. You can wait for the perfect opportunity and size into that opportunity and work one day out every 2 weeks if you wanted to. What was the salad you had this weekend? I mean, I had a Caesar salad. I think that's probably what you're talking about there. Caesar salad over at Lakeside. It's delicious. Oh, it was so good. Not healthy. Nothing I ate that I shared was healthy. Back to regular healthy food all through this week, but then gonna hit it all over again this weekend. Gonna hit the tables again probably Friday. I think we have special guests coming into town. It looks so much fancier than a Caesar. I mean, that's the thing. Living out here is great because, you have every single chef in the world that is vying to open up a spot out here. Like, that is their end game, right? Their end goal is to get good enough to travel here to open up their own named restaurant out here. Now think about that. Imagine you lived in like the Mecca of something like that. And for me, it's mouth pleasure. I love good food. I love good restaurants. So if you're living out in the place where everybody's trying to set up their named restaurant, you're in a good spot if you like food. Welcome to Las Vegas to salad. There you go. Tijuana was where the Caesar. Yeah, I know that for sure. The best tableside Caesar I've ever had was in Cabo. And I forget the name of the restaurant. It's very famous. It's actually next to Mi Cabo. I'm trying to remember. Gosh, what is the name of the restaurant? I'm sure some of you folks know in here. Sounds like you and the missus had a good time. It was a great time. She loves it here. Been dieting for a month, but have one cheat night a week. Saturday was glorious. Homemade brownie Sunday. There you go. Oh, I love it. Rips, what's the best restaurant out there? I mean, I'm subjective. I've always loved SW ever since they opened. I'm a sucker for the Wynn properties. I love it at the Wynn. Picasso's nice too. If we can go on and on, the Joel Robuchon, there's just so many nice restaurants here. It's insane. And there's new ones popping up all the time. I haven't been to the Fountain Blue yet. And the Fountain Blue has extraordinary, just wonderful restaurants. Komodo is supposed to be better than the one in Miami. But it's just, there's so many good places out here. There's always going to be something. Always going to be something. What's the best way to start learning poker strats? I've been playing poker for 25 years, believe it or not. Do I live in Vegas? I do. Beautiful Las Vegas. I'm about 20 minutes from the Strip. 15, if you're driving a certain way. Maybe 10. But yeah, where I live, it doesn't even feel like you're in Vegas at all. I mean, it's not even technically Vegas. It's outside of the city of Las Vegas, but 10 to 20 minutes from the Strip, depending on how much of a hurry you're in. Just grab some breakfast from Terrace Point Cafe. I like Tableau more than Terrace Point. Did you meet up with Dakota? He's in Utah right now, so no. There's only two places to live in Vegas, Henderson or Sumlin. Amen. There you go. Do I drive like Trevor? Again, with the Trevor thing. I don't really follow you on this Trevor thing. Is it where D-Negs also lives? He's out in Lake Las Vegas. It's a little bit further from the Strip. That's about 45 minutes from the Strip. A little bit too far for me. Chris Kelly, you out in Vegas as well? Getting married by an Elvis impersonator in Vegas 3 months. There you go, Daniel. Awesome. Rips, you a UFC guy? My next Vegas trip may be for a fight soon. Well, hit me up, Nick. We'll do a stream together. I'm building a streaming room here on the other wing of the property. And you can set up shop in there and we can do a dual stream here in the morning. If you're down for it. If you want to come hang. The invitation's open to you, buddy. Did you play the WSOP? I didn't yet. I was planning on it this weekend, but I ended up playing Live Cash instead. I had more fun playing Live Cash. I was on a tear. It was great. I bought in for about $1,500 and cashed out for close to 12. So it was nice. Nick for Tick, you're down? All right, there we go. Yeah, it's beautiful. You know what's funny is that there was a year, I mean, it was a long time ago, but there was a year where I literally spent 200 days out in Vegas. I looked for a property to buy in Vegas about 15 years ago, and I never pulled the trigger. And it's crazy. If you look at that property value now of that same house that I was looking to buy 15 years ago, oh my goodness gracious. It's insane. It's like 300% higher. Nuts. But, you know, I love it here. I absolutely love it here. It's like, what's not to love? It's amazing. Yeah, Tableau is great. They got the lemon pancakes. Very, very good. Did you buy all three of those purses for the missus? I sure did. She's a happy lady. Welcome to Las Vegas present there. See, it changed the background. Seems like there's some painting on the wall behind you. Is that a frame or some painting? Got a couple pieces of art. You just can't see them. They're not in frame, but I collect art as well. And I had an artist that I absolutely love. I had him commission about 6 pieces for me, and I have 3 of them in my office in here. And yeah, these are knocking over something over here. What did I knock over? Anyway, they're acrylic, so I mean, big frames. These are big pieces, and this piece is like, I don't know, 3 feet by 5 feet, something like that. You do any real estate in Vegas? Almost bought a 4-plex. I mean, not anything like investment wise, but just to live in. First fight is supposed to be Holloway versus Tupuria at the Sphere in September. Well, you better be coming out for that, Nick. We'll have some fun. So damn hot, though. No, well, you know what's crazy about that? I hear that a lot. Like, oh, it's so hot in the summer. Well, you know, on the 8th day, God invented air conditioning, which is why I moved here. If it wasn't for that 8th day and that miracle, I wouldn't have moved here. But God bless him. Thank goodness. Can we see the art? I'm going to be doing more micro vlogging on Instagram stories, probably starting this week or next. I was doing like a little tester over this last weekend, and the response was actually really good. A lot of you folks out there were messaging me. It was really fun. But I'm going to start doing a lot more micro vlogging on Instagram stories. Lived in Arizona for 11 years. You get used to it. Just have a nice pool. Amen. I keep my pool too. I have no idea that these things even existed. I have a smart pool, and it keeps itself clean and chlorinated. I don't have a saltwater pool, and my wife hates that, of course. But it keeps itself clean and chlorinated, and always at 87 degrees for the pool. And then the spa is always at 104 degrees. This is Fahrenheit, not Celsius. Die in that. But I didn't even know that smart pools existed. I had no idea. I had no idea that even existed. Ripstat was a great IG Shorts glimpse of Ripstat. Yeah, we're going to be doing more of that. I think it'd be fun. What do you think about a long around 900s? I would want to see this down at those, whoops. Got the drawings tool still active. Down at 906. But you can see we're kind of just holding this right here. You should try a poker vlog. That'd be cool. Yeah, I'm going to be doing a lot more of that kind of stuff. Rips, have you ever been doing good in the market and then have something happen in your personal life? I had a friend pass over from I'm so sorry about that. Prayers up. I'm so sorry. Yes, I have. I've had some extremely bad losses in the market, and that created sort of a spiral for me. What I do recommend is you're not using trading as a distraction from regular life, because there's a lot of time to sit and think. I would say stop trading for some time. Focus on life first. Find some peace, because that's a lot to handle. I'm so sorry to hear that. I would take a break. Don't trade. It's not going to be a good outlet for that, because you're going to get very emotional in your trading, and it's going to amplify those emotions. So I would say stay away. So we are breaking through this little slight uptrend, but let's see if this break holds. A buy from 910, which is daily low level, sounds good. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, like Market Stalker D says, yeah, definitely take a break. Definitely take a break. I've never, and I'll tell you this just from my own experience from doing this for as long as I have. I don't think I can give you one good situation where things were tumultuous in my own life, whether it was like a business deal was taking too long, or somebody reneged on an offer, or business was slow, or a supplier was late on delivery, or we had during COVID there's so many supplier issues. Going through that and then trying to trade when you have that kind of stuff top of mind, I can't voice one single time where things went well for me during that type of event. And that's when important things were happening in real life. I mean, trading's still real life, but your life outside of trading, we call that real life. And things are tumultuous. I've never had a good time trading. And I'm just being honest with you. Never. So I would say, yeah, taking a break. And the fact that D echoed that same sentiment too says a lot, because D's been trading for a very long time as well. So yeah, take a break. Find peace in your own life first, and then come back to trading. The market's not going anywhere, especially now. I mean, you're not missing much. It's not like it's like September and October. You're not missing much right now. Rips, what were you hoping to accomplish with more streaming and vlogs? Is it really worth it financially? Not everything's about money, Jesse James. Not everything's about money. Life is for enjoying. You get one ride around this thing, so you might as well enjoy it, right? Not everything has to be a money play, right? Rips, on your Insta, do you have a momentum trades on it? I've watched them, but it's like you're in the middle of the trade already. They're broken up into multiple parts, right? They're broken up into multiple parts. Thanks for the advice. I locked up all my accounts. I'm just going to listen today. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, very nice there. That's very smart there, American Pride. And I see you in here all the time. God bless you. And prayers up for you. And it's really tough losing a friend. I'm very sorry. My condolences to you and their family, of course. But you'll get through it. It's, time heals all wounds, as it always does. So just take that time away, relax. Don't put pressure on yourself. Feeding your soul and elevating your conscience is far more important than a few dollars. Amen. There you go. Trump Trades Futures. There you go. You said it. Rips, as someone who used to do security, don't post areas you frequent often and always post an hour or two after you leave. There are deranged people out there. Thank you for that, Ramezla. Appreciate that. I may already be doing that. I may already be doing that. Sorry to bring the mood down. No, don't be sorry. I do appreciate the discourse that we have in here about these types of things. It's nice when people are sharing their real lives in here, and it humanizes things, right? It's all numbers on a screen, but it's nice to humanize things when we're talking about, what we're looking at and how things are going. I understand that must be very time consuming with all the questions, trolling, and all, lots of work stress that you may not need. Well, if I'm taking it on, it must mean that I enjoy it, right? Ribs, come hang out in Florida. When's the last time you were down, and do you like to fish? Florida. Last time I was in Florida, probably about 4 years ago in Miami. Maybe a little bit longer, actually. 4 years ago? What year is it? 2024? Maybe 5 years ago in Miami. It's okay. you know, I spent a lot of time in that area of the world. It's you know, everybody's got different flavors of ice cream. Played online poker in the past on PokerStars, won 3 tournaments around 10K, but nowadays the prizes are not really worth it anymore. PokerStars was great. I used to play on PokerStars. They had that Sunday Million tournament, $215. That was always a fun one there. I'll find your rip. Travis, are you out here in Vegas? You know what's funny is I sat next to a commodities trader, somebody who traded in the NYMEX pit for 27 years. Shout out to you if you're watching right now, Harry. And yeah, he traded NYMEX for 27 years successfully. He was a gas trader. And he looked at it as a job, and he doesn't have any interest in trading anymore. And I think that's what made him successful. He wasn't addicted to the dopamine, which I think a lot of the traders that you see from like that movie, what was it, Floored, the documentary Floored. See a lot of those traders that are just like junkies. They're addicted to it. Like me right now, I couldn't care less to get into a trade. I had a great trade this morning. I'm not really trying to jump into anything here. Let's see. I had a similar experience. We lost one of my first traders. I funded to gas. Oh my goodness. She was only 29. It took me 7. Oh my gosh. Sorry to hear that, D. That is very traumatic to have to go through that. It's crazy. Can only trade the Widowmaker for so long. Yeah, he was very successful though. You know, he was a nice gentleman, East Coast feller. And he, very, very nice guy. His name was Harry. He traded the NYMEX pit for 27 years. And just a kind person, a good person to chat with. You have a favorite finance movie, Rips? Your favorite's The Big Short. You know, I really do like Rogue Trader and Margin Call. I think those are probably my top 2. Rogue Trader's really good because it's like realistic futures trading. It's a true story. Crazy true story. And Margin Call is just, I mean, it's great acting, great tension, great writing. Jeremy Irons in that is phenomenal. His performance in that is so good. I mean, I could just sit there and watch Jeremy Irons the whole time. So good. So good. Trading Places, that's good too. Fell asleep watching Margin Call last night. That's a great movie. Yeah, Irons' performance in that is just like one of the best, I think, in any financial movie. Wall Street, of course, classic, right? Wall Street's great. It's a classic, but it's super dated, obviously. Big Short's good, yeah. Who wrote The Big Short? It's he ended up writing a book about Sam Bankman-Fried, and that's where I really stopped kind of liking The Big Short, because he's like, this guy's great. He's just misunderstood. It's like, no, he's a scammer, dude. He's a big time scammer, and he screwed a lot of people over. Like, stop trying to pretend that he's not. Billions? Yeah, Billions is great. I only lasted for about 3 seasons before it got a little wonky. Fell off the rails for me. Michael Lewis, thank you. Yeah, I lost a lot of respect for him after that. Like, writing that book, I was like, who paid you, buddy? Like, what is going on? That's not a good take. That is a terrible take, my friend. Billions was great. Yep, exactly. See, Nick for a tick, you get it. It was very, very good. You know what's one of my favorite television shows? Is Succession. That was good all the way through. And if you like a little kookiness, White Lotus is good too. If you like a little kookiness. It's very kooky. It gets a little bit kooky. Succession, though, that's it right there. Succession is so good. So good. Oh, man. Oh, so freaking good. And they ended it well, too. The whole show, just top to bottom, just incredible. Final seasons of Billions definitely redeemed. We are coming down here, folks. Look at this. We're coming down hot and heavy here. It is 20 minutes here from the market open. We get that first piece of news out. Remember, we've been waiting for that first piece of news. That first piece of news doesn't come out until 10:30. So we might not even be trading it together, but we'll see. Better Call Saul is amazing. I still haven't seen that yet. What's the last show I just finished that was really good? It was like along those lines. I mean, Ozark was really good too. Oh, man. Oh, Mr. Robot. I was really late to the party on that one. I thought that Mr. Robot, I thought the acting was phenomenal. But yeah, I still haven't seen Better Call Saul, but I've seen Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad's one of my tops for sure. Industry, I still haven't seen. I lasted like 2 episodes, lost interest. And I know that's people like Industry. I made it 2 episodes. I was like, it's not my cup of tea. But yeah, Mr. Robot, oof. What incredible acting. Rami Malek is incredible. Some people are born for acting. Like they're born for it. He's one of them. Incredible player. Peaky Blinders, still haven't seen it. I know. Yeah, there's news at 10:30. We get the Dallas Fed manufacturing activity for June. Still coming down. Is anybody still holding this short from earlier? I know I saw some folks shorting from 69, 70. Rogue Trader from 99. I didn't know there was a 2021 Rogue Trader. Oh my gosh, they did make a... What in the world is this? I didn't even know they... Oh my goodness, what is this? I didn't even know they made one in 2021. Yeah, no, Rogue Trader with Ewan McGregor in it. That's the one you want to watch, not 2021. I don't know anything about that one. How do you highlight someone's name to reply to them on here? I've tried everything. You type the @ symbol and then type out their name. Yeah, Ewan McGregor's in Rogue Trader. You can watch it for free on YouTube, by the way. If you want to watch it, throw it on YouTube. It's free. Industry became softcore porn. Yeah, that's what I kind of heard too. It's just, I don't know. I don't like, I like shows that have carried writing throughout where it's like what the theme of the show is what it kind of rotates around. I feel like with Industry, it was like a soap drama with like, oh, by the way, they're traders. And then it's like, I'd rather watch like they're traders and this is why it's a soap drama versus like, their lives and blah, 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 blah. And then like, by the way, they're traders. Oh, by the way, they're in finance. That's how I felt about it. I could be completely wrong, but that's how I felt about it. I want like the meat and potatoes. Don't just give me the sides. Yeah, we are coming down hot and heavy here. Look at that, 67. Nice, short from 67 there. The 2021 looks bad. Yeah, stick to the Ewan McGregor one there. Yeah, I lasted 2 episodes of Industry. My wife didn't like it either. I don't know, just not her thing. She watched like Euphoria. I can't get into that kind of stuff. She has her guilty pleasure shows. I can't get into any of that crap. You only have so much. I mean, I rarely watch shows. Like if we're watching a show, I binge watch it over like 2 weekends and then we're done with it. It's not like I'm like, all right, time to turn on the TV. It's pretty rare for me that I'm ever watching TV. Let's be honest. Am I secretly an anime fan? No. I'm not really big on anything other than the shows that I really mention. I mean, it's very limited in my exposure. You know, this will shock a lot of you. I've never seen an episode of Game of Thrones or Sopranos. I mean, well, Sopranos I've seen like a couple episodes, but never seen Sopranos, never seen Game of Thrones. I know. Game of Thrones, best show in the universe. I know. Never seen a single episode. King of the Hill fan. I mean, I think that, what's his name? Mike Judge. He's incredible. He's a very talented writer. I know. Game of Thrones. I know. All my friends think I'm crazy. Time to drop this channel. I know. Those are 2 that I've been. It's, you know what it is? Game of Thrones has so many seasons and it's all done, right? It has so many seasons that I don't want to start it because I know I won't be able to stop it because everybody's told me it's incredible. And it's a commitment, like it's a time commitment. I just don't want to open up that box right now. And I don't want to be thinking about it when I'm trying to think about other things. I got stuff to do. I don't want to be thinking about, oh, is this person going to do this and this and that, this plot line and whatever. Like, I don't want to have that on top of mind, you know? Just don't watch the last season. Is that what killed it? Saying you haven't watched The Sopranos is like telling me you haven't watched The Godfather, and surely you've watched that. Maybe I haven't either. Maybe I haven't watched The Godfathers either. You never know. You never know. We are about 14 minutes here from the market open, by the way. Keep that in mind. Yeah, Dallas Fed not coming until 10:30 here, 10:30 Eastern. Don't have to watch Sopranos. I have friends and relatives tell me the whole thing. I mean, I've watched a lot of the clips and everything, but I mean, I've probably watched like 2 full episodes, but it's so dated now. But, you know, you miss the boat sometimes. I've always been doing other things. That's why I don't watch a lot of these shows. I'm always just doing other things. Godfather's kind of boomeristic. I heard Yellowstone. I heard that Costner quit Yellowstone. Something about it going a little bit too woke-ish or something. That true? Something like they wrote in some climate activists or something. He's like, I can't do this anymore. I'm over it. What you think about it is just funny. He's like, I'm good. I'm done with the show now. This is crazy town. Just good. All right, I'm done. That's what I heard. I guess that's what he said this weekend. He's like, yeah, I'm over it. Can't do this crap anymore. And for that reason, I'm out. I mean, that's crazy. He's the lead on this show. He's a great actor too, by the way. He got a lot of flack for Dances with Wolves, but he's a great Robin Hood, right? He got a lot of flack for that. He's a great actor. I love him. Kevin Costner, he's a goat. He's a goat. Oh, get out. Come on, Waterworld. That's a pass right there. We can give him a pass for that. Come on, stop it. Stop. We don't talk about Waterworld. Don't talk about Waterworld. Controversial, I know. I think, it was it's a fun movie. We'll say that. Oh, man. How would you get out of a failure loop? You take time off. I was in a very bad loop. I took 6 months out of the market, and I came back, and I felt so good when I came back after a 6-month break. So, take a break. Got those. Get out of here. That's too funny. Good movies, though. Good movies. You watched Waterworld isn't what you remembered as a kid? Oh, come on. Dennis Hopper, man. Is he still with us? Is he still with us? Tell me he is. Oh, dang it. You forget sometimes. 14 years ago he died. Yeah. Wow. Not even close. Rest in peace, Mr. Hopper. He was great. He was awesome. He was awesome. Yeah, I feel, what's crazy though? And maybe this is a hot take, but I just feel like movies just are not the same as they used to be. Everything feels like they're always trying to push some ideology or agenda. There's less fun in movies now than there used to be. Movies used to be about fun and entertainment, and now I feel like every movie has we got to send a message. It doesn't matter which side you're on or which way you lean, but everything is like, we got to send this message. And you're like, okay, well, I'm good. I just want to kind of enjoy the movie. They're like, no, wait, hold on. Ugh, send it down your throat. It's like, no. I want to enjoy the movie part. No, there is no movie part. It's about the message now. I just want the movie part. Give me the enjoyment part. It's like you're watching a movie about a race car driver or something, and they're like, by the way, here's a person who rides a unicycle. You're like, wait, we're talking about racing cars here. Why is there somebody that rides a unicycle? Because we're all about people on unicycles now, and if you're not, you're a bigot. You like that person on that unicycle, or you're a bigot. It's like, okay, all right. I like people on unicycles, I guess. Like, geez Louise, what's going on here? I didn't know that was a thing. I'm kidding, but it's just weird. So, whenever it's movie time in our house, we usually put on a movie, and if it's like the shoot date was 2000 or earlier, we're good. We're in the clear. There's always like some random characters being introduced for absolutely no reason, and we always look at each other. We're like, did this character add any value to the movie? Was there any like value add to the movie for this, or were they? Oh, it was the agenda thing, huh? Okay. Good times, good times. Have I ever seen Splice? No, that's one that I have on my list actually. Yeah, see, Top Gun was good. Top Gun was good. Mission Impossible was great. The stunts that he does in that. Tom Cruise is a little bit crazy, but he's a great actor. He could be a real life secret agent. He's got all the skills. Yeah, just let us have an hour of fun, please. Leave us alone. Oh yeah, Prometheus. I think I own the Blu-ray of that. Prometheus is great. I love that movie. Yeah, jumping on the couch. So when he got a little bit unhinged. Is he still with Katie Holmes? Is she still locked in his basement? Sorry, I love Tom Cruise. What am I saying? I love the guy. Nice guy. New Aliens movie's coming out. I'm afraid they're gonna ruin it. Oh, I hope not. Oh yeah, Bill and Ted. Come on. Theodore Logan. She escaped. She escaped. Yeah, Bill and Ted is great. I don't know why they came out with another one though. That was unnecessary. Keanu's great, but he shouldn't have done that. I mean, even for fan service. Great music in those movies, and then George Carlin, rest in peace. Great in those movies. Oh, Anything But You. I got to see that. Isn't that the stunt movie? What's the stunt movie with Ryan Gosling that just came out? I want to see that one. Fall Guys, yeah. Was that any good? Carlin will be canceled today. Yeah, probably. His comedy's fantastic. I've always been a big fan. We are bouncing up here, by the way. We dipped below that 906, and we are just completely reversing now. So I feel like if the market's just going to be playing ping pong with us all morning, then we probably want to be respecting of that. I love John Wick. You know, all the John Wicks, I own those. I love John Wick. Those are like some of my, I like guns, so, and they're real guns in the movie. He actually uses a Kel-Tec in that movie, right? That shotgun, the first one. Patrice O'Neal, yeah, he's hilarious. He's really funny. Yeah, he probably did. You're right, Lepton. That's probably true that's why he did that. Yeah, watching him at Terran Tactical is awesome. Yeah, I've done tactical training before, but never that involved. Like that's awesome. What they do over at Terran Tactical. They make nice pieces too. Louis C.K. not anymore. Nope, not anymore. After what he said recently, nope, don't like him anymore. I did enjoy his comedy, and then he became a public disgrace, and then I gave him another shot, and then he opened his mouth again, and nope, never gonna like him. Sorry. Yeah. No, he uses a Benelli in that movie, but there's also a Kel-Tec. It's in the first one. He shoots through an SUV with it. The Kel-Tec KSG, exactly. Shane Gillis, yeah, he's great. He's hilarious. I enjoy his stuff. He said something recently, on Joe Rogan, just ridiculous. I mean, and again, I'm not going to get into it, but you can watch the clip yourself. It's just like, people think like this? Whoa. Oh, buddy. That's no good. Don't like that at all. Anthony Jeselnik, his delivery is great. Very dry. What about Big Trouble in Little China? That's a great one. Theo Vaughn, he's actually playing in Vegas very soon here. What's up, Sarl? Bill Burr live here a couple months back. Hands down the best stand-up I've ever seen. Awesome. Oh, yeah. Mitch Hedberg is one of the best one-liner comedians out there. I mean, if not the best. Mitch Hedberg is a classic. He was always, he drank heavily and wore sunglasses on stage because he was terrified of the audience. That's the story, at least. Spend the weekend watching Lord of the Rings with my 17-year-old daughter while she recovered from surgery. Good father moments. There you go. Well, good luck and prayers up for her recovery there, Spaz Trick. Hopefully she recovers swiftly. Robert. You got a llama. Nice. There you go. I got rid of, I had a couple of them. I got rid of them. I had some Kimbers, but I got rid of them because they didn't shoot well. Completely unreliable. That's the last thing you want to grab if there's something happening. Kimbers, they look pretty, but they don't operate pretty. Oh, yeah. Goonies was one of the best. That was one of my favorites. Alrighty. We are coming into the open here, folks, in about 3.5 minutes here. P365, I got one. I enjoy it. It's nice. Yeah, Kimbers look good. They don't shoot well. They're just, terrible. Pick up my piece, 365 on Wednesday. Congratulations there, Tango. It's a nice piece. You'll enjoy it. Shoots just on the money. Very reliable piece. Had a Kimber back in the day, the Crimson Trace grips, beautiful guns, but tolerances are too tight. I mean, they jam all the time, too. I mean, you put like 100 rounds through that thing, and it's jamming like 3 times. It's terrible. And it's not like it was just like one off bad piece there. Maybe it was when I was buying them, but I think I had like 2 or 3, and they're just like, oh, we're jamming again. Okay. And it's like, is it the ammo? Is it the clip? Nope, it's just this piece of garbage. Ribs, short 8 contracts from 19,975 on my Apex PA. Would you believe me if I say I'm currently up 2,300 but fail account? I would believe you. I'm sorry to hear that there, Amari. Levels below 871 3/4 are not in today's morning memo. Are we pulling those from a prior post? Are they really not? Oh, I guess it means that we're not going down there. Let's see. Wow. I guess it appears that we're not going down there. I don't know why that didn't post. I'll make sure that I get a little little update there for you. I have them. Here, you know what? I'm going to screenshot them for you on my calculation screen down here, just so you can have them. Here you go. In the meantime, just use that as reference. Yep, of course, no problem. Anyone watch The Wire? Yeah, I mean, that's a classic right there. That's also considered one of the best shows around. All right, 90 seconds, folks. Get ready to party. Let's see what happens here off the open. I'm actually going to switch over to, I think, just a single account here. Since I don't really want to give back any profits. Let's see here. I think I'm Pikachu. I choose you. Let's do you. Let's see. What is this? That one. Gotta find this one on the list. There we go. And there we go. And then over here. Cool. All right. I'm going to trade one account. Probably trade it pretty light if we trade it at all. I don't want to give back any of these profits. Whoa, Kenny. Nice trading there, buddy. Is that gold? Yeah, it's some gold, right? My goodness. Nice trading. All righty, folks. Buckle up, buckaroos. We got less than 30 seconds to go here. Let's make some money. Let's have some fun. Yeah, The Wire. What's the opposite of revenge trading? Being in the pocket, I guess. What's up, Sir Noodles? Good morning to you. You know, I'm going to take a quick little restroom break while the open happens. I'm going to save myself hitting those Monday moves, as they call them. Be right back in 2 seconds. Oh, look at that. We didn't miss a dang thing. We got the market moo going on. Oh, is that Coach Dakota? Oh my goodness. Coach Dakota, are you already packing, by the way? Wow, we are perking up here. Are you packing yet? Let's see if we get a breakout of this topping area, this range here. Or if it's going to be range bound. Let's see if it wants to blow and go out of this area here. Look at this range, though, on the S&Ps. Isn't it something to behold? Little rejection there to the north side. Good morning, Dakota. The people want to know, are those bags packed yet? Yeah, we got a Percocito going on here. Molly's Perky's Annie's Rocks here. Let's see here. Back at these 30s. No one throws a party like a Clubhouse party. There you go. And we're still kind of holding above these 30s. I'm looking for a breakout above into that 38. I'm going to try this 38 breakout here. I mean, this is a weird spot to be buying, but we're looking for the breakout, right? If we hold this breakout above that 38 level, this thing should blow and go. There are some sellers on the tape here, but let's see if we can... Gosh, look at how thin this is right here. I want to buy into this push if we're going to have it through 40s here. Okay, right there. I want to buy into that. I'm a believer now. See if we can get this run up here. Very nice. Looking for this to run all the way through the 50s now. Ooh, somebody's selling into those 50s. A little spooky. Oh, they sold hard into those 50s. This is crazy. Quick little 10-point rejection there. Let's see this burst through the 50s now. Capping off pre-45. Okay, there we go. Peeling off a little bit there. A little bit more. Gonna move my stop 50% of that bar there just to capture in case we get a pullback. And try to run these final two up through these 60s here. And I'm out right there. Beautiful. Hey, how about that? So we're going to add a couple ducats there to our total to $7,600 there on the day. How about that? Well, folks, we had a fun morning this morning. The way that you get me to stick around, by the way, in the future, the way that you get me to stick around and continue doing these streams, we got to get to 1,000 likes. We're only at 700 likes right now. There's 1,100 people watching. We're up to about 2,000 people watching here. But if we ever get up to 1,000 likes there right off the open, I continue streaming right here. Otherwise, I got to go boogie over into Discord where they want to watch this show. So I wish you all the best of luck today. I'm going to go ahead and close the poll here. It looks like the belows had it. But you know what you won't see today is you won't see your second favorite, the number 2, or maybe they're even number 3 now. Probably the number 3 by now because their numbers are tanking. What you won't see is them posting this stuff. And what you will see is all the haters running back and, he didn't lose today. What's going on? He didn't lose today. Anyway, so we're sitting here. We're up $7,600. I'm going to continue trading in the Discord here, folks. I hope to see you bright and early tomorrow. I'm sorry that you have to go watch a second-rate streamer now yap about the only things that's near and dear to him, which is his cheap possessions that are slow and just garbage. But anyway, I'll see you folks bright and early tomorrow here at 8 a.m. sharp Eastern time. I hope you'll join me then. Be safe out there. It's going to be a wild day, folks. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow.